Hello everybody, welcome in. Do more Ace Attorney tonight. Here with Soph. Shoot, I opened it on the wrong screen. Hold on. Ace Attorney, why please? Here, fine. We'll move over everything else. Mistake on my part, mistake on my part. Okay, squish this over here. It wouldn't be a stream without technical difficulties, right? Right. Don't know why it decides what screen prioritizes a game sometimes. Because I already have prioritization on the monitors themselves, so I don't get it. Okay, there we go. Alright, now we continue. We should hopefully be finishing the second game tonight. We are almost towards the end of it. We are almost there. We're going into I think the latter half of the trial now, because we just took a recess or something.
Gumshoe crashed a car.
Oh right, Gumshoe! Rip Gumshoe. That's why you don't run red lights, even if you're in a hurry. Please obey traffic laws. It's very dangerous out there. Okay, March 23rd, 2:35 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 3.
Well, we'll now reconvene. I assume both sides are ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor. I can understand defense acting like this. However, why do you also seem distraught, Mr. Edgeworth?
You know, just a friend died. It's fine.
It's nothing, Your Honor.
What's wrong with Edgeworth? It looks like something unexpected just happened to him.
Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, could you please tell the court the results of the, handwriting analysis on Miss Impax's suicide note? Yes, Your Honor. Unfortunately, we've discovered that the suicide note is a forgery.
What?
What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This note was not written by Miss Impax herself. It is a fake.
That I'm actually kind of surprised about. It seemed like that was going to be... We're like, well, we'll hope that it hinges on this to buy us more time.
Yeah. Order! Mr. Edgeworth, would you care to explain what is going on? If this was not written by Miss Impax, then who wrote it? We need more time to do a more detailed analysis. However, it appears that the handwriting matches that of the victim, Mr. Juan Carrita.
Mr. Carrita? Well. It looks like Miss Impax never left a suicide note after all. She never wrote anything about On Guard.
However, Your Honor, even though the suicide note is indeed a fake, Mr. On Guard could not have known that, and so the facts remain unchanged. Acting under the assumption that it was real, he had plotted to possess it.
Hi, Lux. Welcome in.
Hello.
How are you tonight? I hope you're doing well.
That does sound very plausible.
The theory that On Guard had no idea that the suicide note was fake. Something seems a little wrong with it. Oh no.
It's the guitar case.
Oh, it always comes back to the guitar case. The guitar case is the pivotal piece of evidence here, you know?
Yep. Said it from the start.
Yeah, you called it. I know it. It's yet to come up, but I know it's going to be the what's the word? The last thing. We're going to be in a dire situation again. We're going to present the guitar case and everything's going to win. Something seems a little wrong with it. Let's see. Why would he have known that it was a fake and still did it anyhow? Well, is this because he's spying on him? Would he have known from just spying on him all the time? Who knows? On a road trip right now, you're good? Okay. Enjoying streaming. I hope you're not driving. I hope you're not driving and trying to text and join the stream. But enjoy your road trip.
I believe he's moving this weekend.
Oh, moving. Okay.
You know that pain.
I know half that pain.
Yeah.
I have yet to witness the other half of that pain. Soon, though. Hopefully before the end of the month. Why would he know? Why would On Guard know? Can I save? I can. We're making a save this early in. Present evidence. The defense believes that the theory that the prosecution has stated contradicts testimony. If everything the prosecution has proven up to this point is true, then it's impossible for Mr. Arngard to have known it was a fake. It is impossible for Mr. Arngard to not have known it was a fake. Let me read that properly. That changes everything. The prosecution states... Love Celeste written upon it.
Yeah, I figured it was that at the camera.
The picture?
The picture.
The picture of the camera. Like the spy camera? Or Lotta's camera?
Camera. Because like you said, he might have spied and
yeah.
seen it.
Because they talked about that they were constantly spying on each other. So, Hi, Arya!
Curves that they are.
Yeah. They were rivals, wink.
And also roommates.
And also one killed another one. They were just that close. It's impossible for Mr. Arngard to not have known it was a fake. I'm gonna go with this. 8%. We'll try.
What is this little item called again?
A video camera, Your Honor. Well, a very small one, but...
Oh, that's right. Camera. Ah, you kids and your fancy toys nowadays.
Yep, they're even fancier now, sir. Mr. Edgeworth!
Are all your clips just me bullying Myth?
There's no memories to be made except bullying Myth on Arya's channel. That's the only things that must be relived, apparently.
So yes, it's just me bullying Myth.
Mr. Edgeworth, earlier you claimed that Mr. Arngard knew of the existence of this note because he was spying on the victim. Isn't that right? If that were true, then this means Mr. Arngard would have known that the victim had forged the note.
So then, the defendant knew the suicide note was a fake. And if that's true, then the situation has suddenly changed in a very dramatic way.
Exactly, Your Honor. The prosecution's theory as to what Mr. Arngard's motive for murder was, it has suddenly disappeared into thin air.
But Your Honor, it's not as if Mr. Arngard monitored Mr. Karita 24 hours a day. That's what you think. Perhaps the victim wrote the note in a place Mr. Arngard didn't know of.
Well, right back at you, Mr. Edgeworth. Why don't you show us some proof that the victim made the forgery at an unknown place?
Gang. Ah, yes, Edgeworth sound effects.
Edgeworth sound effects.
Order, order! Mr. Edgeworth. It looks like this time it is you who has dug his own grave. As I figured. Huh? As you figured? As I figured, it came down to this after all. Mr. Edgeworth, you're not making any sense. When I heard the results of the handwriting analysis, I thought this might happen. The question is, what next?
What next?
The prosecution can't prove Mr. Engarde's motive through the evidence. Then we must prove it from another angle. Oh, I agree with you there. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to call a witness to the stand at this time. It's the corpse of Gumshoe.
Oh no!
Oh, that's fine.
He can shamble just like the blue badger now.
God damn. They just stitch them together like a Frankenstein with the blue badger.
Yeah, they just attach it to it and let the swinging arms go. Do 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 do.
He's part man, part machine.
He's a cyborg in the worst way possible.
A victim of his own creation.
This is what happens. This is what happens to true geniuses.
However, this witness is a little unusual. We've had a parrot here, buddy.
Edgeworth's stuttering. This is not like him at all.
Unusual? Well, what sort of witness is this person, Mr. Edgeworth? This witness is one who is perfectly fit to answer once and for all the question of... Who was it that hired Shelley DeKiller to commit murder?
That's impossible! Who in the... No such person exists who can answer that question with such certainty.
Yes, Mr. Edgeworth, who is this witness? It's, Yes, go on. Who is it?
We're waiting with bated breath.
The man himself, Mr. Shelley DeKiller.
Also, welcome back, Lex.
Oh. Oh, Mr. DeKiller. But wait! Shelley DeKiller? You mean the killer? I mean the assassin? Yes, Your Honor. She's coming here? A witness stand? Well, yes, in manner of speaking. I recognize that this is a very unusual circumstance, so I ask for your permission. Well, Mr. Wright,
Yes.
just alright with you?
Do I have a choice here? I can't really do much else to drag this trial out. The defense has no objections, Your Honor.
I wonder if it really is alright to do this. You're in charge here, buddy. Very well then. Prosecution calls its witness to the stand.
Edgeworth. Is there no other way left to us? Beggars can't be choosers, right?
Now then, witness. Your name and your, occupation, please. Very good, sir. My name is Shelley DeKiller, and I am a professional assassin. Hey, I say. What is going on here? Your Honor. How can you remain so calm? What's the meaning of this two-way radio?
He's he's working remotely. He's a remote witness. You have to understand. You have to understand. This is something that's going to happen in the future, Your Honor.
It's a very progressive work system, given the time this game was created. You found the reason YouTube is being stupid? Is it because you have too many tabs open? Actually, Your Honor, it was delivered to me just now, and it came with a condition. As long as we do not trace the source, Mr. DeKiller will testify to this court.
So this must be what that urgent phone call he got earlier was about.
Oh no, this will not do. I cannot allow this in my court. First of all, we can't even be sure that it's really Mr. DeKiller himself.
Witness, please present some sort of proof that you are, in fact, Shelley DeKiller. I understand. Please wait a second. I think his voice is different every time I've ever done him.
You know what? That's fair. That's me with some characters too. But then again, it all just sounds like me because I can't seem to change my voice very well.
Yeah.
I'm so hungry. Maya! Maya!
Yeah, a voice. Mr. Wright, can you confirm anything from this?
The defense has no objections to this person. We are satisfied that this man is indeed Shelley DeKiller.
Yeah, it looks like we've run into yet another unexpected turn of events. This is somehow weirder than that packet. Well, it doesn't seem like we have too many choices under these circumstances, so...
Now then, witness. There is one thing I would like to confirm before we speak of anything else. And what would that be? At the request of the client, you killed Mr. Juan Corrido. Is this correct? It is as you say. I did indeed kill Mr. Corrido.
Why are you gulping, Judge?
Hold the gulp. Now that we have answered that, let's move on to the name of your client. Very well.
This is all just a bad dream. Yes, that's it. Bad dream.
Shelley DeKiller. What is he going to say? Time to press the two-way radio.
There is something I must first state. To an assassin, nothing is more important than the trust between a client and himself. And that is the reason I am here today on this witness stand. It is my wish that you grasp this concept before I give the name of my client.
Mr. DeKiller seems to be a very clever man. I'd almost say he seems to be mocking us.
While he may appear to be our enemy, Your Honor, Mr. DeKiller is only stating the truth. He is no hypocrite. He has always stood by this one belief.
You mean about this trust between his clients and himself thing? Huh. Yeah, it seems to be a level of trust beyond what people like me can comprehend. Well, Mr. Wright, are you ready to cross-examine the witness?
Yes, Your Honor. There's no way to know what's coming next, so stay cool and collected, Phoenix. Okay. Christine, I must first state. Well, hold it. We can hear anything you have to say later. Can you please just tell us your clients?
I don't think you understand your place, Mr. Return. I said this is something I must first state. Do you know what the word first means?
Sorry. Go on.
Well, it appears this one witness you can't badger, Mr. Wright.
Damn, I can press his buttons though, quite literally. Hi, Quacky. Are you legally allowed to give head pats? Yes. I don't have a head pat redeemed, but yes, you are legally allowed to give head pats. Thanks for the hold it, Lux. It's one day we'll have a head pats redeem, but it'll probably be a while. I've got a lot going on right now. I don't have time to sit down and mess with stuff. One day. Yes, there we go. There's some pat pats.
Pat pats in the chat.
Pat pats in the chat. When you can't have...
Throwback. That's an old throwback.
That is kind of an old throwback, but I still stand by it. We can have pat pats in the chat since you cannot give head pats to the Michi. That's only because you don't know about Maya's situation. Assessing nothing is more important than trust between him and his client. Oh, really now? Tell me more about that. The trust between you and your client.
I provide my services in a fast and efficient manner. In exchange, I trust that my clients are discreet about me and my identity. If too many people knew my face, it would be quite troublesome. Trustworthy as it is.
That is why you're testifying in this manner.
This is the first time one of my clients has ever been accused of murder. I must preserve the killer name so my client can trust me.
But couldn't someone stab you in the back and break your trust?
It has never happened before, but if it ever did...
Yes.
That person wouldn't be my client for very long. They would certainly...
That's enough. Please, no more.
Why are you so squeamish, Judge?
Very well, it was only a hypothetical anyway.
That's the reason why you're here today. It seems a little strange to me. I mean, you're about to tell us the name of your client. I would think that this would be very bad for them.
It doesn't matter to me. This client has already broken the rules and acted outside of their prescribed role.
Their role?
This person tried to implicate another of the crime in order to save themselves. And this is a trespass that cannot be forgiven.
You! Who gave you the right to be so high and mighty?
The gentleman who spoke just now. Excuse me, but would you care to die?
No, I didn't say anything.
Judge had better watch himself. Grasp this concept before I get the name of my client. Okay, have we grasped it enough for you? We understand, so please tell us the name of your client.
No. I'm afraid I cannot do that. I still have a few things to say before I do.
Please, get on with it then. Ah, that egomaniacal? Yeah. I was gonna go with egomaniac, and it was not egomaniac. I'm like, oh no, how do I speak?
I mean, same concept, but maniacal.
Yeah, it's probably a cut-off sentence there. It's probably this is the descriptor, right? That egomaniacal ...
You egomaniacal so-and-so.
So-and-so.
It's not good for your health to be so aggravated. You won't live very long if you let everything bother you.
Somehow, that coming from an assassin makes it less than comforting. I don't really care about all this extra fluff. Just tell us the name already. Patience. Try to calm down a little. It's important to try and understand his mindset. He seems very steadfast and closed, so you're going to have to work to get him to talk. I'm not his therapist, you know.
It's certainly usable.
Okay. We've got to present something, potentially. Unless it's like one of those things where it's like, go through everything and then come back to this one! There's something let's see. There's something I first mistake. Test and more important, the trust between us and the client. That's the reason I'm here today on this witness stand. It's my wish that you grasp this concept before I give the name of my client. So, Logic would dictate maybe we find a piece of evidence that would implicate that role that was broken, right? Trust between himself and the client, because he said that he doesn't care anymore because the client already broke their prescribed role.
Yeah. But who did On Guard try to implicate?
I know, I'm trying to think. Who did On Guard try to implicate? The only thing that comes to mind is Adrian, but I'm not sure what he would have done to implicate that, because Adrian was the one that tried to implicate him.
Yeah.
Trust between himself and a client. Client and himself. Broke his prescribed role. Is that fair? Oh, well, you know, he set up that spy camera and it literally was only running during the murder, so it's, I guess it's, what's the word? It was On Guard's proof that one, it had been done to his blackmail, I suppose?
Yeah, he admitted that. That is his insurance.
Yeah, his insurance. So that's not trust. I'm gonna make a save. I think that's it, though.
That makes sense.
Especially since Mr. DeKiller here is very... I'm very proud of what I do. I hold my work in high esteem. And what's very important to me is the trust between my client and myself. But having... Yes, this recording in the victim's room from 8 p.m. for 1 hour. Was running the time of the murder. Present this one. Oh no, the music didn't stop. No! No, I'm not going through it.
Unless it was the transmitter?
Changes the footage taken by the spy camera into radio waves and transmits the data. Found in the victim's room.
Oh, there's like 4 pieces of evidence that all pertain to the same thing.
Yeah. And that is the reason I am here today on this witness stand. It is my wish that you grasp this concept before I give the name of my client. There's nothing more important than trust between a client and himself. Is it the transmitter? Nope. Going back, I'm not killing myself over this. You know, earlier where I was like, I feel like I'm forgetting something. I didn't pull up the walkthrough. I think that's what was nagging at me. I like to have it in the background just in case for situations similar to this. I'm gonna scroll all the way down to the bottom. Powers testimony. We're no longer talking to Powers. There's a way. This trial is on. It's not very soon. You're back in the courtroom. However,
We already pressed everything, yeah.
I'm sorry. What?
What's asked if we press everything?
Yes, we have. Sorry, I can't see chat right now. I'm scrolling through the walkthrough.
But I need to have a co-host.
Yes, I appreciate it. About my client. Is this the about my client? I think this is about my client. Cross-examination. Yes. You'll finally have another cross-examination with new witness. Yes, new witness. Press the killer on his second statement to an assassin when he says here is vital. Now press the killer's third statement, and that is the reason. Hear what he has to say. Now press. Oh my god. It is one of those. It is one of those where I'm like, it better not be one of those where you have to go back to another thing and press the same thing again. That's what we gotta do. Okay, so press the second statement, then we press the third statement, and now we gotta go back to the second statement. Because a new statement is to be added. Gosh damn it. Gosh damn it. 1, 2. We gotta talk to you again about this. The trust between you and your client. This is the same line, isn't it?
So,
Ah, here we go. I'm sorry, but I was wondering about something you just said. You said that your client had already broken the rules.
a person who frames another is the worst kind of human.
And that's why you feel you can betray this person?
I have no trust relation with a client who can't understand their assigned role.
Just my luck. An assassin with a conscience. Who would have figured?
Now then, everyone, do you think you can understand my logic?
This case just keeps getting better and better.
If you can't, then I'm afraid we can't proceed.
Everyone understands your point, I think. Really?
In that case, I believe I'm prepared to disclose the information you seek. You made it crystal clear that you value trust over all else. I believe we are ready. Excellent.
Yes, please. Please. Please reveal the name.
Where is it?
Now I can't bring myself to ask the client's name.
Now it's just awkward.
Now it's just awkward.
If you can't ask it, Mr. Wright, then I will. Witness. What is the name of your client who requests the murder of Mr. Juan Corrida? The person's name is
The
John
theatrics.
Cena.
Dum-ba-dum-ba!
Adrian Andrews.
What?
So that's what he meant by implication.
Yeah.
Witness. That's not what you told me it was earlier. Rachel, what are you talking about, Mr. Prosecutor? I should think I know my own client, and it is Adrian Andrews. What? This can't be. On the phone earlier.
What's going on here? What's going on outside my room too? That was loud.
Fine.
What is going on here? I don't know, but let's keep going. My guess is that Mr. the Killer just stabbed Mr. Edgeworth in the back. Stabbed Edgeworth in the back? I'm sure it's in order to get an audience with his court. Mr. the Killer told him a different name. Matt on guard, perhaps? I knew it.
This is outrageous. I was deceived. This witness is telling a very serious lie. But you're the one who shot him, this witness. Good. Yeah. You. Shelley the Killer. My testimony is the truth. The defendant at the moment is Matt on guard. Am I correct? All I wish to do is help procure his acquittal.
Wow. All of a sudden it feels like we can actually win this. Yeah.
Prosecution has failed to provide a motive and has instead provided the suicide note, which is a forgery created by the victim. Furthermore, there is a possibility the defendant himself knew it was a fake. But most definitive of all,
We've heard from the assassin himself, the name of his client. Mr. De Killer's client, who requested the murder, was not the defendant at all. No. With all this evidence, it is obvious to me that this means that Mr. Matt Onguard is innocent. I seem to have caused you all a bit of confusion. Please, continue your discussion and call me when you've reached a verdict. Bailiff, please bring Miss Adrian Andrews in immediately.
What now? With the way this is going, Onguard will be found innocent. This may be our last chance to save Maya. Yeah, but Edgeworth is right. The killer is lying. And Onguard, my client, I know he's guilty. Can I live with myself if I win this?
Who would have believed that the prosecution's own witness would absolve the defendant? Your Honor, prosecution requests permission to further question the witness. Charlotte the killer is certainly lying under oath.
It wasn't me. Listen, everyone, please. That testimony just now, it was all one big lie. Miss Andrews. The suicide note may have been fake, but that man, Matt, he's the reason Celeste died. And Juan's death, it was all because he got pulled into Matt's twisted world. That testimony just now, you have to believe me. It was a horrible, horrible lie.
But Mr. De Killer himself has testified. He has named you as his client.
No, that's not true.
Also, there's quite a bit of evidence that points to you. The knife and button donning the Nickel Samurai costume.
But that's...
You even have a motive. We know that Miss Celeste impacts is a large part of your life. You wanted to follow her. You wanted revenge against the two who hurt her. I would say you have plenty of reason to want them both dead.
No. Mr. Wright. You know the truth? Tell them. Tell them the real story. Who the real killer is. Tell them! Please. Please help me. Yes, I know the truth.
Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor?
I believe we've reached the end of this trial. Therefore, I ask the defense for any final words or opinions.
I have to decide. Do I take the not guilty verdict and save Maya? Or do I throw this chance away and wait for Gumshoe's new evidence? What am I supposed to do? We say that's what we do. I'm not sure if this is one of those no, the show must go on moments, or use your brain. And then somebody else comes to the rescue.
I feel like this is kind of what Edgeworth is pushing toward, though, in terms of Wright figuring out what's important.
Yeah, for sure.
And requesting the trial to continue and finding the actual fucking truth would be, in that perspective, what's important.
Yes, that is true. Because this was the same crossroad that Edgeworth himself came to last year.
Yeah.
Let's continue. Phoenix. I can't do it, Mia. I can't accept a not guilty. You're a lawyer. I know. But Moundguard is a killer. A murderer. I can't. I can't let him get away with this. I can't let someone else take the fall. If I let Miss Andrews be convicted, then I'm no better than on guard. And even though I don't want to admit it, I have to face the fact. That's because of Edgeworth that I now know the real truth.
Hey.
He could have gotten on guard convicted so many times over, but he never took a single one of those chances. If I take this verdict right now, I'd be betraying his trust. His trust? I never thought about it until now. I trust him? Yes, you do.
Mr. Wright, your opinion, please.
The defense requests that we be allowed further questions, Mr. the Killer.
Am I hearing you correctly, Mr. Wright?
Right.
But, our witness has clearly declined through his testimony. Your job here is done.
That is incorrect, Judge. I'm not done yet. To see through witnesses' lies and find the truth, that is my job, Your Honor. There's still more evidence to look at. The guitar case. I'm sure that once those pieces arrive, here in this very courtroom, a miracle will occur.
Very well. The trial will continue. Mr. Edgeworth, please re-establish connection with Mr. the Killer. Right away, Your Honor.
Has the verdict been reached? Before that, we would like to talk with you a little more. About? All you needed from me was the name of my client. What else could you need me for? Well, actually, we would like to hear everything you know about this case. That is how things are usually done.
What is he talking about? Usually done?
But what shall I have him testify about now?
Mr. the Killer, if you don't mind, please testify about your client in more detail. You legal people and your procedure. Is it any wonder no one likes to go to court?
About my client part 2.
As I have already stated quite a few times, Adrian Andrews is my client. However, one thing I simply cannot overlook is tampering with the scene of the crime. My client did it to frame another for the crime, while pretending to be the first person to discover the body and enter the scene. Adrian Andrews already knew from the beginning that Juan Corrido was dead. But even more appalling is the creation and planting of the knife and button. That act is what I was referring to when I said my client has broken the...
It is the most unexpected turn of events for the, 5th time now? However, this time everything has finally been revealed. For realsies this time.
Just a second, Your Honor.
Yes, Mr. Edgeworth.
We still have the cross-examination to do.
But you don't need to question testimony like this.
Your Honor, I would like to invoke my right to cross-examine the witness.
Do you, Mr. Wright?
Your Honor, the defense will question the witness, as if I have a choice here.
Why? What this witness has said is nothing but beneficial to the defense's case. If you scrutinize the testimony, then...
Then I'll expose the lies in that oh-so-beneficial testimony, I suppose.
I don't understand what's going on anymore.
It makes 2 of us. Okay, time to keep pressing your buttons.
That's my dog.
Your dog?
My dog's named Buttons.
Oh yes, indeed.
What is it, Mr. Wright?
If I press him the wrong way, it may raise suspicions on his end. But I had to do something to waste more time. Witness, about requesting a hit.
Yes?
How much is your fee?
I see you're also quite a dark-hearted man, Mr. Attorney.
Huh?
If you'd like to talk business, we can do so after the trial.
No. I'm not thinking of that.
Mr. Wright,
Yes.
you want to kill me? Kill me dead, don't you?
What? Why would you think something like that, Your Honor?
Guilty, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You are hereby declared guilty.
Witness, let's continue. Why did you disclose the name of your client? They are your client, are they not?
I didn't get smack on the hand by the judge, though. I just got a guilty
I thought it
verdict.
was gonna be like, I thought it was gonna be like instant game over.
Yeah, that would have been kind of funny, to be honest. That would have been devastating. Or just done like to 1 bar, right? 1 bar health.
Yeah.
But that would have been kind of funny. One thing is simply over is tampering with the yes, tampering, no tampering. Committed for the crime while pretending to be the first person to discover the scene of the scene. Adrian Andrews already knew from the very beginning that Juan Creta was dead. Okay. It doesn't seem like there's consequences for it. So, no real consequences at least. I would think that most people wouldn't be able to overlook a person hiring another to kill.
If I had a problem with such a thing, I wouldn't be very effective at my job.
Yeah. Well, a change in occupation might be good for you.
However, I will say this. Even though I am the one who does the deed, my clients are always the real guilty party.
Yep, because that's how it works. No blame on you.
Yeah. That goes without saying, Mr. Tequila. Yes? And their fate is to live with the knowledge of their guilt on their shoulders. That's how I justify it to myself, so I can sleep at night. However, my client this time thought they could run away from their guilt.
I'm another for a crime. Already knew from the very beginning. From the very beginning.
That is correct. From before my client visited the room. All of my clients know precisely what the situation is at all times.
I wonder if that's really true.
That's odd.
Well, thinking about it, though, it would be strange. Unless we're going to do some stupid reverse psychology here, right? It's strange that Adrian came over without the knife on her. Well, we don't know when the knife was planted, actually. When did she have the knife? Or she decided to sneak over across back through the hall with the the Nickel Samurai costume. Did she go back as herself beforehand? I don't know, I'm overthinking it. I'm going
She would
down.
have gone over as herself and then gotten the costume to go back to On Guard's room.
Yeah. But
Because the costume was in the guitar case.
yes, but I'm just thinking it like this, where if she's really not the killer, right? She doesn't know that Juan's dead. She's literally coming over to be like, "Hey, Juan, we've got the after show thing to do, my dude," and realizes he's dead, and then decides, "Oh, I'm going to pin this on Matt," right? So she would have to go back over to Matt's room to grab the knife, walk across the hall yet again to bring the knife back over. and then change into the Nickel Samurai costume, take the button, and walk back over. So she would have crossed the hall 2 additional times from her first appearance. But
Yeah.
I don't think we have proof to prove that she did cross not. The only thing that we have potential proof about is that Steel Samurai picture that Lotta got. Or sorry, Nickel Samurai. I want to say Steel Samurai.
Tune in next time in Game 3 when we have to acquit the pewter samurai.
If Isomnium Files has taught me anything about the word pewter, it's not looking good. Michi, do you want help setting up head patch for sometime? Maybe. I just don't have a lot of time right now. I'm so tired and I've got a lot of stuff to get ready before we move, so... But maybe,
We'll just
maybe
have
some
that
point.
with gifts.
Yeah.
Concussive head pats.
Concussive head pats. Sharp corners. It's fairly simple. Perhaps we shall see. I'll have to see how to equip everything.
Her and I don't even have time to hang out outside of streams, so that's...
I sleep, I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying that illustrates how strapped you are for time and energy.
Man, I literally came home yesterday after getting my car worked on and slept like the whole afternoon, man. I
didn't hear from you. Like, I think I heard from you at 3 o'clock and then dead silence for the rest of the day.
Yeah, like I got home before noon. I fell asleep at some point, woke up, got a little bit of food, fell back asleep again, woke up shortly before 5 because that's when my sister came over. And then I hung out with my sister for the evening. But I like slept a good portion of the late morning and early afternoon yesterday. I was like, man, I didn't realize I was that tired. I was almost falling asleep in the waiting room at the car mechanic place. Like, no, I'm not about to fall asleep in this waiting room. That is so embarrassing because, like, this man knows who I am because he also frequents my workplace. Okay, where was I going with this line of thinking? I think I went down a rabbit hole that will provide no benefit. You know what? How about we think on it? We all think on it because it's almost been an hour, so we need to take an ad break anyway. So let's go ahead and take our ad break. Soph and I will think about it, and we'll come back. Probably not any smarter, but we'll think about it for a few minutes. So hang tight. We'll be right back. Okay. We are done with ads. And like, as I predicted, I don't think we made any progress. Oh my gosh, so... shaking my head. What do we do? What do you want from us? I guess let's just go down the line and press stuff. And then if we can't figure it out, then I'll go look at the walkthrough after that. However, tampering at the scene of the crime. I don't think we press that one. I would think that most people wouldn't be able to overlook a person hiring into the kill. No, we did do this one. My client did frame another for the crime. Are you talking about the button and the knife?
Yes, my business card.
Oh, this card.
So that no one has to waste their time, including the police. I always make it a point to make things as easy as possible.
You try to make things easy.
That shouldn't be hard. Especially untimely deaths shouldn't be hard.
My business card makes it very easy to identify who carried out the service.
He's pretty devout to his work. Sorry, excuse me, he's pretty devoted to his work.
Don't you disregard everything to go and stab the deceased with a knife? And even hide my card from sight. That is something I cannot overlook.
It's really hard to tell if he's being truthful or not without him being here. So you're saying most clients wouldn't do such a thing?
That is correct. Usually, most people try to create an alibi for themselves. If you should use my services, Mr. Attorney, I would suggest you plan for your alibi too.
No, I already told you, I have no intentions of using your services! Ever! Don't look at me! Don't look over here, Judge! Why does he keep looking at me like I'm the one on trial here? One creator was dead with that one already. Planting the knife in the button. So why do you think your client did that?
What do you mean by why?
Well, fiddling around the scene of the crime is pretty risky. And why would someone who has requested a murder to go to the crime? Why would someone who has requested a murder go to the crime scene anyway?
Yeah, that is true.
I assume it was probably done to frame a strong guard.
If that's the case, then why didn't the person just request that you do it?
Sadly, that is not possible.
Huh?
My job is to kill. That is all. And to leave my business card behind, naturally. The business card is so my client may escape blame. To protect them is my duty. Even if they say it's for revenge, setting someone else up to take your fall.
Broken the rules. And that's all you have to testify?
Yes, and I pray that I'll never be called to the stand again.
Again? As in you plan to continue?
I must, as I've yet to find a person to take my place and become the fourth successor. Actually, how'd you like a new life, Mr. Attorney?
Excuse me? No, I'm fine, really.
Where are you really now?
I wonder what kind of man the judge thinks I am now. What are you gonna do now, Phoenix? All I can do now is expose the lies. And that's true. However, you realize that... you realize that will be very bad for our client, right? I'm so confused. But the one thing I know for sure is I can't let this trial end yet. Okay, we've pressed everything now. And nothing has come from it. We did have a very long dialogue one. First person discovered the body. Adrian Andrews. Pauline and the button. Broken rules. Take one more gander through the evidence, but I don't think anything's going to stand out to me. I don't know if there's a point in time where we would be able to connect this or make this make sense, or if this is the right line of thinking to go down. But if we already proved that Adrian got into the guitar case to use the the nickel samurai costume and made a point to not leave her fingerprints on there, but she has her fingerprints all over this glass. I don't know, it just seems a little sus to me. Not only that, but she was fiddling with this the whole time. I don't know, it just seems... I'm trying to find the flaw in the reasoning here. That just seems kind of sus to me. No, we'll consult the walkthrough again, just for the sake. Part 2. Press on any statements you like. The killer is nothing if not an entertaining witness. Okay, I was kind of on the right track. Thank you so much for taking the time to testify, Mr. DeKiller.
What is the meaning of that attitude?
When Adrian Andrews entered the victim's room, your client had no idea that Juan Corrida had been murdered.
But how do you know that?
From this wine glass, Your Honor.
The glass?
Mr. DeKiller's supposed client thought Mr. Corrida had only fainted, which is why this glass of tomato juice was poured for the victim.
Huh. Isn't that just part of Adrian Andrews' calculated plan?
That is not possible, Your Honor. This glass bears the fingerprints of that person. Had this been planned, they would never have left their fingerprints behind.
I see your point. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion?
Strangely enough, I had the same exact thought just now. Witness, how do you explain this strange phenomenon? Isn't it a waste of time to ask about such a minor detail?
This is our bread and butter, Mr. DeKiller. We love nitpicking small details and badgering witnesses.
Get used to it, the guitar case comes next. It's not a very important point anyway, correct? I'm afraid you're mistaken. If Adrian Andrews really is your client, as you claim, then your client should have had knowledge of Mr. Corrida's death. If not, then that can only mean that Adrian Andrews was never your client at all. How strange.
Yes?
Why is it that the attorney has yet to raise an objection to this absurd situation?
Phoenix, if DeKiller figures out what we're up to, we're in real trouble. Yeah, I know. Mr. Edgeworth, I'm surprised! You know you can't say things like that without any evidence.
Oh, sorry. My bee.
I could just,
That was an awfully weak objection for the two of you.
I was just about to say, I could just imagine this part being like, Phoenix, make an objection. Right. Objection, Mr. Edgeworth. You know we can't be doing that without the evidence. And Edgeworth would be like, you're right. Where's my manners? I'll get that evidence for you. Just like real hokey, you know?
Yeah.
Like very obvious that they are not speaking. They are, what's the word? They are acting.
Crime drama.
Crime drama.
Anyway, I'm positive there was a contradiction in that testimony. The prosecution requests further testimony concerning when the request was taken. Very well.
Right now, I have to buy us more time. While we wait for the items to be left behind to get here. I just know that the very outcome of this trial lies with those items.
Putting a lot of faith in some items you don't even know what are.
This request came to me, about a week ago. This request for my services on the night of the award ceremony. We met at a certain bar to discuss and finalize a few matters. That is what occurred. I trust my memory, and I believe I have made no mistakes. Except for your one fatal mistake.
That I have not figured out yet.
So you physically met your client, huh? That is correct. Meeting one's client is the first step to building trust, in my opinion. Merci. Well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please.
Mm. 1 week ago. Are you sure?
Yes, I'm quite sure. I, of course, had my own preparations. And I was barely able to finish. When you request my services, Mr. Attorney, I hope you'll keep that in mind.
I'm not going to request! Please, stop.
In any case, my client, this time, had a very specific date and time in mind.
A specific date and time.
It was a request for my services on the night of the awards ceremony.
Did you ask why on that specific night?
No. I tried to fulfill all the conditions my client's request. And as for why, I only had my suspicions.
Your suspicions, huh? Tell me about your suspicions. So what are these suspicions you had? Why did your client request that night?
I'm sure it was all for the bear.
The bear?
The bear.
The bear?
The bear. My client spoke of it. I'm sure there'll be a bear-shaped figurine in Juan Carita's room. I would like you to retrieve that item for me.
You must be talking about this bear puzzle.
Inside that figurine was a suicide note. Naturally, the victim brought it with him to his hotel room. He was planning to publicly disclose its contents at a press conference, after all. That is correct. And if I had not done the job that night, I would not have known where that bear figurine was.
I see.
Well, Mr. Wright, was the testimony just now of any importance?
I feel like the bear is important. Let's do this and not hesitate. Very important. The testimony just now has made one thing very clear. And that is, oh no.
The client knew the secret of the bear figurine. Huh? Why is everyone so quiet?
Mr. Wright, I think all of us already knew that.
It is a very important testimony. Oh, really?
Witness, please continue with your testimony.
I guess it wasn't very important.
Fine. At least you didn't lose anything.
Yeah, at least I didn't lose anything. So you physically met Adrian Andrews, right?
Of course I did.
What was that? What was that with that brief pause? Hey, hey, hey. Witness, I would like for you to give us a few more details.
I always meet my client as a matter of principle. I have never taken a request by telephone or mail. And why is that? That's because I value the trust between a client and myself above all else. And the only way to establish that is to speak to the client while looking them in the eye. Mr. Wright, was testimony just now of any importance?
I don't think so. Why he meets his clients is not important, and that wasn't the point. Witness, please stop sidestepping my questions.
What do you mean by that?
My question was, did you really meet Adrian Andrews in person?
I'd already told you, Mr. Wright, I did. It's only through talking with him face to face that I began to trust him. My guy.
Man.
That's when I thought I can trust this person as a client. It's true what they say about talking face to face. Well, Mr. Wright, was the testimony just now of any importance?
Very important. If I heard what I think I heard just now, then I think I've got him. Your Honor, I believe the testimony just now was of the utmost importance.
Huh? Really? If that's the case, witness, please include the statement just now in your testimony. Very well. The moment I saw him, I thought I can trust this person as a client.
Do we press it or do we present it? I think we'll press it first. Excuse me, sir. But as we know now... as we now know, that was not how it turned out, correct?
What do you mean?
Adrian Andrews turned out to be a client who couldn't stick to the rules, right?
Well, yes. I suppose you are correct. So I'd like to check one last time. Are you sure your testimony is accurate?
Made no mistakes. Okay. Do we just present Adrian Andrews' file?
I guess.
I guess? Here. I can trust this person. I'll make a C just in case. Present profiles Adrian. I hope so. I would like to go over this one more time. You met Adrian Andrews at a bar and took the request at that time.
Yes, that is correct.
And that's when you thought he was trustworthy.
How many times must I repeat myself? Yes, that is correct.
I'm sorry, but that is an impossible tale.
What?
Shelley the Killer. You have never met the real Adrian Andrews.
Why would you say that?
Because you made one very big slip up. About her.
So what is the issue? Oh, bollocks. What did you say just now? About her?
If you had ever met Adrian Andrews in person, one look would have told you that she's a woman.
Oh, order! Order in the court! Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this?
This witness testified to the following: that he always meets face to face with his clients when taking the request.
But he has never met Adrian Andrews in person.
Yes, Your Honor, that is exactly the point. It means Mr. the Killer's client could not have been Miss Adrian Andrews. That's gross. Again.
Mr. Edgeworth, I understand your logic on this one. However, why would the assassin make such a basic mistake?
Because he's lying, Your Honor.
He's a basic bitch.
I believe it has to do with her name, Your Honor.
Her name?
Yes, Adrian Andrews is, without a doubt, a very androgynous name.
Yes, I see.
Unluckily for Mr. the Killer, the entire time he was on the stand, no one had stated Adrian Andrews' gender. And so he simply picked the wrong gender to go with.
What? What's going on?
The witness is lying, Your Honor.
Lying in my court? What the hell? Shelley the Killer. This court demands an explanation.
I think somehow I must have mixed up this client with another. So does that mean you remember something different now? Yes, of course. Please, if you would allow me to testify once more.
Ugh, I know he's just going to spit out more lies.
Very well, but this time, please give us the truth and nothing but the truth.
No more slip-ups.
I was kind of wondering how they're going to do nervous walkie-talkie.
With apparently too much oil. Because, you know, we've all got to oil our walkie-talkies.
Every day.
Every day. Well, apparently Shelly the Killer is. That's why there's so much oil coming out of it.
That's right. Yes, now I remember. I took that request by mail. There have been times when I took a job without having met my client, despite literally just saying that I'd never do that. The request was for the murder of one Karita and 2 or 3 other small things. When I saw the name at the end of the letter, I thought my client to be a man.
So you took this job through a letter.
He didn't mention anything about a letter in his earlier testimony. Which means he's definitely lying. Be careful, Phoenix. If you break the assassin's testimony completely, it's over for us. I know. I can't make him suspicious, but I think we're okay. Like, we can do this. As long as he's standing there across from me. No matter how strong of a punch I throw, he'll counter it.
Now then, let the cross-examination begin.
Alright, the killer. Alright, Shelly. Excuse me, are you sure about that? You just said you don't. But didn't you just say that you always meet your clients?
Yes, I suppose I did say that. However, there are some clients for whom the meeting is simply not possible.
But didn't you meet your client this time?
No, I did not.
Oh, come now. Let's stop with this game of cat and mouse.
Using your silkiest voice is not going to work on me.
That was not my silkiest voice, but I'm glad you think so, Killer.
Hey, everyone likes your voice.
Alright, then just cough it up and confess.
That's right. You can't badger a witness with such harsh words.
I'll
Like
use
you're
hard.
silky.
Oh, silkier, okay. How about you go ahead and cough it up, the Killer?
That just makes it sound weird.
Huh?
That just makes it sound weird. Cough it up together. Your lawyer should behave like one and present evidence instead of mindlessly yelling. Now then, do you have any proof that Mr. Dikiller met with his client?
Do we? I don't think we do. Or is it the bear? Or maybe not.
Yeah, because he supposedly handed that off.
He did supposedly handed that off.
And the other thing is that Powers testified to the cash handoff.
Yeah, that is true. We've come this far. I have to try to prove something here. Very well. I'll show you proof. Are you sure about this, Phoenix? Here's the proof that the witness met with his client who wished Mr. Kurita dead. There's nothing in the description, though, that... we're doing it. We've already committed. We have a save. So, what do you think?
You may say, what do you think? However, I am, for all intents and purposes, a transceiver radio.
Oh, that's right. You can't actually see the evidence.
Well, I don't think this is one I needed to see. I can hear the pure silence in the air there.
Gosh damn it! How can I pick the wrong piece at a time like this?
You fool.
No, she's not here.
Huh? Oh. The one who normally calls you fool.
The one who normally calls me fool and likes to literally beat me up. I'm sorry, Your Honor. Unfortunately, I don't have any proof.
I see. Then your line of questioning was just another waste of time.
No! Don't hurt me!
Sadly for us, Your Honor, that is the nature of right and wrong.
Okay. It's fine. And why could you not meet certain clients?
Recently, I've been receiving more requests. If I met each and every client, I would lose some nice business opportunities. Nice business opportunities. On top of which, the times have changed.
I'm a remote witness, so I can also do online dealing, sir.
I do contactless delivery of murder. It is now the age of information and computers, correct?
It is! Especially in the year 2023.
Well, I have joined the times and now take requests via electronic mail. Electronic mail? Do you have to mail that in a special insulated envelope?
Oh, absolutely. There's so many layers of packets and bits that you've got to surround your email in. Sorry, not your
Please,
email.
Sir David.
Not your email. Your electronic mail. Pardon me.
Ah, I'm very sorry. I despise the shortening of words. What I meant by electronic mail is what is commonly referred to as email. It's okay, the judge doesn't understand that either. Email?
In a contest of mimicry, the judge would beat a parrot, hands down. Let's bring Polly in, everybody.
Ahem. Anyway, so you took this job without having met your client, and...
Two or three other things.
Yes.
And what were these other things?
A few other things that have nothing to do with this case.
What should I do? Should I let him slide with that? Absolutely not. It'd be really bad if I pushed his buttons the wrong way and he got mad. Don't phrase it like that, Phoenix. Now you made me second guess myself. I say I can. Whether or not they're related to this case is for the court to decide.
Mr. Attorney,
Yes.
everything I have said from the beginning has been nothing but beneficial to your client. Which is why I wonder what is pushing you to continue with this cross-examination. Could it be that you're planning to betray your own client?
That's...
I smell the stench of a backstabber. And should you turn out to be one,
Wait. Oh, this is looking really bad. I shouldn't press my luck. Alright, I had to think. Is this worth pursuing? Oh no. It's asking me again. What was the original thought? The two or three other things?
yeah.
I have a save. Witness, this is a very important matter. Please cooperate and tell us what these other jobs your client requested were.
It's really that important, I suppose I don't have much of a choice. The bear figurine.
The bear figurine?
After the assassination of the target, I was to find that figurine. I was told that this job was just as important as the actual killing.
And? Where was that figurine?
It was inside Mr. Creator's suitcase.
And then? What did you do next?
I handed it over to my client right away.
Aha! You gave it to your client. Interesting.
This information certainly sounds important to me.
I'm glad you're catching on for once, Judge.
Witness, please include what you just stated in your testimony.
Give it to Adrian Andrews. I found this figurine at Mr. Ungard's mansion. If you gave it to Miss Andrews, then what was it doing there?
I was waiting for her there. That was also part of the plan for Mr. Ungard, I'm sure. That makes a lot of sense.
And you still followed through with it?
Well, Mr. Wright, do you have any problems with this piece of testimony?
Yeah, there's a contradiction. So the killer says he gave the figurine to Miss Andrews. But I know somewhere in that statement there's a contradiction. And yet, I know that if I present something trivial here, he will cut the connection on his end. If you want to make a strong point, Phoenix, you have to present strong evidence. She's right. So now what, Dr. Wright? Why are we Dr. Wright now? P. Wooden pestle hollow inside. Why can't we use his own testimony against him, though? What would we present here? See if we get any hints here. Witness, let's go over this one more time. You gave Miss Andrews the bear figurine, and she told you to take the bear and wait for her at Enguarde's mansion? Is that correct?
Yes. Where are you going with this?
Well, I think maybe you might have remembered a few things incorrectly.
What?
This is a battle of wits. I can't let up on him. I don't think it was possible for Miss Andrews to have been the recipient of this bear. Why don't we have his testimony from earlier that said that he didn't see her in person? Don't think it's possible for Miss Andrews to have been the recipient of the bear. You can't save again. We just present her file again? I feel like you've never seen what she looks like. Also, if it was Andrews, she knew how to open it, so wouldn't she have just already filched the suicide note before handing the bear off?
Probably.
I don't know if we can tie that line of thinking into Ace Attorney logic, though.
Yeah.
I don't think it's possible for Miss Andrews to have been the recipient of this bear. I'm gonna present our profile again. It feels like something stupid they would do.
Having flashbacks to having to present everything back to Edgeworth.
Ever. No! So what do you think? Witness! Mr. DeKiller!
Oh, I'm sorry. I want to visit the water closet for a second.
Huh?
Mr. Attorney, I think it's time I stated this in terms even you can comprehend. If you ask me any more of these pointless questions, there will be no mercy.
Ugh.
Now I'd like to move on with my testimony.
Once he's supposed to find the bear figure and give it to Adrian Andrews. That's not possible, though. We'll press this, just because it's sitting here. So you're saying that you never saw your client's face? Not even once?
I did. Once. It was when I went to give my client the figurine. Yes, I see. But Miss Andrews was wearing a mask at that time. A mask?
The Nickel Samurai mask, I'm guessing.
Mr. Wright, what do you have to say about this? Do you have any problems with this piece of testimony?
Do I? I've seen my client's face once. When I went to go hand off the bear. There's a contradiction. Is there a contradiction? I can't think of a contradiction. Everything he says makes logical sense in the moment. But then with the bear, if this is his excuse that, oh yes, I didn't see her face. She was wearing a mask. And I'll save and just to see if it opens up something else. One thing does sort of stick out at me, Your Honor. Witness, I think you most definitely saw your client's face. Last recall Mr. Powers' testimony.
After the awards ceremony, I went by myself to Matt's room. I was standing there in front of his room, still in his nickel samurai costume. Matt gave the bellboy a tip. Just the tip.
Just the tip. Out in the hallway, of all places. You received quite a large roll of cash from Mr. On Guard. And at the time, he was not wearing his nickel samurai mask.
Damn. Someone's got to put that back together.
Yep. We gotta talk to him still.
What?
We still gotta talk to him.
Yeah. Order! Order! Yes, now that you mention it, I do remember that. Witness. Yes, that night I did wander the floor as a bellboy. I received plenty of tips that night for carrying juice to various rooms. Is that so wrong?
Huh?
The man who gave me that tip was not my client. He's probably just a very generous person. I'm sorry, but sadly we are not nearly so generous here. I could receive large rolls of cash by simply bringing people things on trays. Then why on earth would I stand around here prosecuting? I'm having deja vu.
Oh, the deja vu. I mean, isn't his salary more than enough for one man?
And where is your evidence that the large roll of cash was not in fact a tip? Come, Mr. Edgeworth. Show me the money. What?
Mr. Attorney,
Yes.
you know, I think your line of questioning has been a little strange.
No.
In fact, I would say you don't seem to believe Miss Andrews is my client.
Oh no, it's not like that at all. I just think lies aren't a good thing, you know.
Oh, I know and agree. Lies are not a good thing at all. I think we're on the same page now, aren't we, Mr. Attorney? Remember, if I feel threatened in any way, I'm free to cut contact at any time.
I'm sorry, please forgive my foolishness.
If only you were this apologetic all the time.
There's dire circumstances, and I hope you don't enact those dire circumstances again, Judge.
The judge is going to kidnap Maya in the next trial.
Just to make Phoenix behave in court.
Yep. Anyway, I do not see a huge contradiction here. Therefore, you may continue, witness.
We've pretty much reached the end of our rope here. Huh? Seems like we're still okay to me. And that's exactly what's so bad. At the rate we're going, we'll end up completely destroying the killer's lie. If we do that, You already know how serious of a situation that will put us in. Oh, yeah. All I can do now is pray that those items reach us in time. What do we do? There's the bear. The bear had a secondary line of thinking. Oops. Ah, no! I wanted to go back! Mia, why have forsaken me? One of these was to find the bear figurine and give it to Miss Andrews. Find that figurine at Ard's mansion. Take her there. That was also part of the plan, I'm sure. So the killer says he gave the figurine to Miss Andrews. But I know somewhere in that statement there's a contradiction. And yet... I know that if I present something trivial here... Oh, it's right back to here, yeah. He'll cut the connection on his end. Present strong evidence. Okay. Witness, let's go over this one more time. You gave Miss Andrews the bear figurine, and she told you to take the bear and wait for it on Guard Mansion. We volunteered this all before. I mean, are we remembering things correctly? This is a battle of wits. I can't let up on him. I don't think it's possible for Miss Andrews to have been a recipient of this bear. Don't think it's possible for Miss Andrews to have been the recipient of this bear. Why couldn't she be the recipient of the bear? Maybe it's along the lines of thinking where I said earlier, Karita and Andrews only knew how to open it. So why would she send it off with something still inside it if she knew how to open it?
Yeah, that makes sense.
I've saved, so let's go for it. No humming and hawing, go for it. Shelly the killer. If you'd really given the bear to Miss Andrews, then this item should not have been inside it.
This item. I see where you're going.
Yep, that's where I'm going.
Where's everyone going? We need to pack a suitcase?
No, it's okay. Just a small duffel. You'll be fine. Your Honor, please think back to Miss Andrews' testimony. And I was going to burn it. For her sake. If even for a single minute, this bear had actually been in Miss Andrews' hands, I'm sure she would have taken the suicide note and burned it.
Order! 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 So that's where you two are going.
So by the very fact that the suicide note was still inside the bear, tells us that your client didn't know how to disassemble the puzzle.
Which means...
Means, Your Honor, that it is impossible for Adrian Andrews to be the client.
Order! Order! Order!
Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'm sure I mentioned this before. How I hate traitors above all else. I think your cross-examination has clearly demonstrated something to me. You must wish to break your end of our agreement.
No, that's not.
That's enough. that is your intention, and there is only one thing for me to do.
Wait, please.
Gentlemen, ladies, please excuse me. I have a matter that I must attend to.
No. Please. No, not that. Please wait.
Mr. Attorney, bring this trial to a speedy end, and I may stay my hand. Otherwise...
Gnawa.
That's right. Right in there. That's right. Are you... He's not.
He's not.
Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor? I didn't understand this witness's outburst just now. Do you think there's a need to hear more testimony, or is this enough? Well, we should,
Edgeworth, we can't do this. We keep this up. Maya, she'll...
Prosecution, Just come over, everyone. Even you, Prosecution rests. What is going on around here? The prosecution has no further questions, Your Honor. What? What? Well, I never thought I'd see the day. This is a most unusual situation. Prosecution rests with no further questions. And the prosecution has failed to uphold its stance. As a case, then, even though I am reluctant, I must believe that Mr. the Killer's testimony is accurate. That means that Shelley the Killer's client is... Adrian Andrews. Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor.
If I hadn't Charlie here right now, your client, Matt on guard, would be declared innocent. And in his place, Adrian Andrews would be charged with murder.
Miss Andrews would be charged with murder.
Prosecution has no further questions, so we will now hear the defense's final remarks. Bailiff, please bring the defendant, Matt on guard, to the stand.
The item from the killer's hideout didn't make it in time. We tried as hard as we could, but it looks like our time is run out. I can't believe it. The outcome now lies in your hands.
The old guy finally decided. To be honest, I can't think of you as a truly innocent and good person. You've done enough evil to drive a woman to suicide. But, at least on the charge of murder, it would appear you are innocent. Ha! So, I guess even the old fuddy-duddy figured me out. Mr. On guard? What an atrocious lawyer I have. Giving his own client up like this. Isn't that refreshing like a spring breeze crap? Just as atrocious, don't you agree? Anyway, get on with it and pronounce me innocent already. Right, Mr. Lawyer?
Should I say with justice? Or should I say Maya's life? You'd better get on guard a guilty sentence, okay? But if I did that, Maya will die.
But if I say he's innocent, then Miss Andrews will be charged with as the murderer. Do I say he's guilty? Or not guilty? Either choice I make, someone's life is going to end. It all hinges on what I choose.
Hello, Mr. Wright. Let's hear the defense's final statements on this matter. If the person who hired the assassin was Adrian Andrews, then your client, Mr. Madongard, is innocent.
There's no need to ask, old man. After all, my lawyer's going to say what I want, aren't you? Right.
I can't do this. I have to decide something. I can't count on the evidence to help me anymore. I had to listen to my heart. My client.
Listen to your heart.
My client. Matt on guard is. We're going to take a very conveniently placed ad break. Find out after a word from our sponsors. We'll be right back. Okay. We are back to make a decision. And the decision that I've made is we're going to go with not guilty because we need to trust Edgeworth. It's teaching us to trust Edgeworth.
We're waiting for your answer, Mr. Wright. I don't go. Your client deserves an answer.
Maya, I'm sorry. Man on guard is... There it is.
I wonder if it just didn't matter what you fucking said.
I mean, you know what? Perhaps. Perhaps that was meant to stress me out. But you know what? I went with the trust Edgeworth route. Leave all your problems to Edgeworth. No worries. Put on Edgeworth. Franziska von Karma!
What are you doing? Ow!
You see now, don't you, Mr. Phoenix Wright? This is exactly why you should never take your eyes off that scruffy fool. I didn't mean to press that.
Here's my attorney's badge.
Here's my attorney's badge.
At the mention of Gumshoe.
Yep.
Did you bring them? Final pieces. You have them.
You should know better than to ask that, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Von Karma is perfect in every way. The evidence is here in perfect condition. I see your attorney's badge, so I do. I recognize I see it very shiny. Thank you for showing me. Don't worry about Scruffy. He's fine. His injuries are minor. All of the items are inside this.
What a filthy old coat this is.
That's Gumshoe's. I can spot his tattered rags anywhere. I apologize for its ugliness, but there was nothing else to wrap the items in. I fought long and hard this whole trial. All for what's inside that raggedy coat. I'm sure that inside that coat lies a crucial piece of evidence. Your Honor, inside that filthy coat are the defense's final pieces of evidence.
Your final evidence? This trial's already over. All that remains is for me to hand down my verdict.
You don't want to go dig through a raggedy old ugly coat, sir? Come on.
I do not believe that any evidence presented now would change the outcome of this trial.
What?
Your Honor, it is our duty to examine every piece of evidence down to the last. I request that Ms. Von Karma be allowed to present these pieces of evidence.
I suppose you're right, Mr. Edgeworth. I grant permission to do so. However, this one obvious rule applies here. If these items do not bring up any new points, then they will not be accepted by this court. Now, Miss Von Karma, if you please.
These pieces of evidence are left behind by the killer during his escape from the police.
You must have been in quite a rush.
Yes, Your Honor. The killer left 3 pieces of evidence. Somewhere among the evidence. We're about to see. There'll be something that will turn this whole situation around. Like a miracle. I'm sure of it. And it's all we can hope for. The first item is a pistol. Does the killer's pistol have anything to do with this case? Oh, no. I don't think so. Because he didn't shoot one. And the pistol doesn't... Why would a pistol point back to... Matt? I worry though. Oh, I can make a save. I worry, so we'll come back to it. If need be. Instead of losing my health. No, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure there was no gun involved in this case. There's no real benefit to hearing about it. Please present the next piece of evidence. This will add to the court record anyway, though. The second piece is evidence. The second piece of evidence is this videotape. I bet the killer took that from Unguard's mansion.
Yes. Because we were looking for a videotape that
We
was
were
missing.
looking for a videotape that was missing. Have you checked the contents of that tape? Unfortunately, there was no time to. Oh yeah. But I would speculate that this tape is very important.
Why would you say that?
Because he came back to his hideout for it. The killer went back for it? That's right. It looks like he was trying to recover it. He injured 3 of the officers at the site.
Oh.
But somehow it looks like they managed to protect it from the killer. Surely the killer is no ordinary man. Videotape added to the court record. The last piece of evidence is his bellboy's uniform. Is that a uniform from the Gatewater Hotel? Would this make a difference? I think the tape is probably what we're going after.
Because he already admitted to wearing a bellboy uniform that night.
So, unless there's like something in the pocket that's like criminating or something, right? But I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, you saved.
I did save. Was that used during the crime? I'm almost certain it was. There's even a pair of black leather gloves in one of the pockets. There's no doubt about it. The killer was wearing this on the night of the murder. There's one thing I found interesting about this uniform.
And what is that?
There's a button missing on this uniform.
Button!
It's a very unique button. I'm sure if we were to recover it, it would provide us with an interesting clue. That boy's uniform added to the court record. That is all I have to present, Your Honor.
Just as I thought.
And what is that, Your Honor?
I'm sure it will be under normal circumstances. These items from Shelley the Killer's hideout will be very important clues. However, our question is not who did the killing.
It is, who is the client?
Yes, that's correct. And these 3 items do not tell us anything about that. Thank you for your hard work, Miss Von Karma. You may step down now.
Wait, Your Honor. Please allow me to examine this new evidence.
Overruled. This court already has all the evidence it needs to hand down a verdict.
Wonderful. Absolutely splendid. This judge is such a brilliant man, isn't he?
No.
Is this the end? Phoenix. I knew it. There's no such thing as a miracle in this world, is there? I think you're wrong. I think they do exist. But you have to make that miracle happen. You've come this far. You can't give up now. But, no matter how you think about it, it's... Try. For my sake. Just think about it for a second. There are 2 ways out of this situation for us. 2? The first... Make Angard wish from the bottom of his soul for a guilty verdict. Huh? The killer will always place his client's wishes first. If Angard himself wishes to be convicted, then he will let his hostage go. That may be true, but... That's asking me to do the impossible. The second way... Force the killer to end his contract with Angard. If the killer were to no longer think of Angard as his client, then he would let Maya go. Mia, that's even more impossible. He's a man who values his duty towards his client above all else. I know both of these seem like impossible feats at first. But if you could make either one happen, it would truly be a miracle. The bigger problem is, the judge has already said he doesn't need any more evidence. The pieces he was just shown, he's not accepting them. Phoenix, think things through from the other side. Isn't that what has always worked for us? The other side. Wait, does she mean... You mean to turn things around? Technically a title drop, but not in the English version? Phoenix, the judge says he doesn't need the evidence. If that's the case, then who does need it? The person who needs the evidence. The defense, prosecution, and the judge. We've seen all the pieces of evidence. And that is how we've come to know the truth. Did I say that?
No.
Okay. I didn't say, I was like, oh man, I wouldn't put it past myself to read the words out of order like that.
Just all of them start with turnabout at least for the English version.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, it makes sense that they would do that because in Japan, this is not called Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, obviously. And it's not even called Ace Attorney, it's called Gyakuten Saiban, which translates directly to turnabout trials. And so it makes sense that each trial is called Turnabout something or other. They're paying homage to the original title of the game. But there's one person who has yet to see them all. And that person does not know the truth. That truth, it may be what will bring about the miracle in the end.
There are no objections this time, correct? Now then, I'll pronounce my verdict.
Why don't we all respectfully sit back and listen, kids? Promptly said no.
Probably said no.
I've already told you, Mr. Wright. This court does not need any more evidence.
I'm not saying it is as... oh my gosh, I agree that. I'm not saying it is us that needs the evidence, Your Honor.
Then, you want to show the evidence to that person?
Yes, Your Honor. Please, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, for you to ask with such passion, I will grant you one chance.
Oh, perfect. Thank you, Your Honor. One chance.
Please show your evidence to who you think is the right person.
It's impossible to turn the situation around in one try.
Stranger things have happened, Edgeworth. I'm a main character.
One try. That is all I will permit.
I have to try to remember. Everything that has happened up to this point.
Remember who you are.
Think, Phoenix, think. There must be a way to save Maya while taking on guard down at the same time.
Now then, Mr. Wright, let's not waste any more time. Who would you like to show evidence to?
Shelly the Killer. I know this one. I got this one.
I see. And now, tell us what one piece of evidence you would like to show this person. Is it the camera?
I think it's a tape. Contents unknown. I wouldn't feel like it's a tape because I feel like it's in regards to the new evidence that we've gotten in, and so it's either the pistol, the tape, or the uniform. You know, what's the word? The killer said that he was asked to murder Kurita and do a couple other things, right? He didn't, what's the word? He didn't divulge how many things he was going to do, but it was more than one, right? But he only told us about the bear. So there's at least one more thing that he was told to do, and just to do it, right? That was the request. So what if, take the tape from my secret hideout, right, in my house, take the tape and protect it with your life. But what if he doesn't know what's on the tape? What if he was just instructed to protect the tape? So if we show him that this is the recording of him killing one, then I think it's a tape.
Yeah?
I think it's a tape. Going in confidently, hopefully not cockily.
Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? I think there is some merit in showing this evidence to that witness. Get that out. Bailiff, please bring in the transceiver from earlier.
Alright. Looks like I managed to convince him. Maya, she's okay, right?
Didn't I tell you to concern yourself with bringing about a speedy end to this trial? Now, if I understand correctly, you wish to show me one piece of evidence?
Yes. One is all I need. I have here a videotape. It was found at your hideout. I heard you injured 3 officers in your attempt to get this back.
That was most regrettable. However, it was an order from my client.
There it is. There it is.
I was told to protect that videotape.
I thought so.
I'm afraid I seem to have failed in that regard.
Do you know the contents of this tape?
I was sternly told by my client not to watch it. So I have absolutely no idea.
Actually, you're on this tape.
Me?
There was a video camera hidden at the crime scene. Your actions were being recorded.
What? Is that true? That's right. Who was it that planted the camera?
Well, the only person who could have placed a camera at the scene of the crime would be your client, naturally.
That was Adrian Andrews. Be quiet and listen, Your Honor. Yes, sir.
Your client specified a place and time for you, isn't that right?
Yes.
That was so they could film you.
I had no idea. Mr. Wright, why would my client do such a thing? I would like to know why.
Why did Matt on guard film the crime scene? The reason why he did this is my ticket out of this whole mess. It's only ruined. There's a little bit of a duh. Duh! You get it? Get it, Shelly? There's only one reason why your client would secretly film the crime scene. They wanted to see Juan get his. They wanted to blackmail you. Your client once told me something very interesting. We were talking about you, and this is what they said.
But I'm no weakling. I don't believe anyone, least of all assassins. Oh, come now, Mr. Wright. Assassins aren't above blackmail. Yes, that's where the video comes in. With that, I can keep him at bay, and even blackmail him if I want.
Your client didn't trust you at all. They were thinking of using this video to blackmail you. What do you have to say to that, Chili the Killer?
Oh! It looks like I was being deceived from the very beginning.
Yes. By a natural. That is the kind of person they are. Your client is a person who only thinks and plots of how to use the people around them to protect themselves from any and all dangers that may arise. That is the true nature of your client.
I have one question for the witness. Yes? You told us one thing numerous times during your testimony. You said that you detest traitors most of all. Yes, that's right. What if that traitor was your own client? What would you do then? That's obvious. I would break our contract in that case. And then? That client would become my next target. For the honor of the killer name, even if it takes an eternity, I would follow that person to the ends of the earth to exact my punishment. I don't know whether red was necessary.
He's seeing red now.
I guess. I see. That's all I wanted to know.
So the traitor becomes the killer's next target. Ah, I get it. This is how we'll turn his case around.
Mr. Wright,
Yes.
my contract with my client is over as of now. I seem to have a new job on my hands. I will now return to you your precious item.
What the?
The-
I'm not an item! Maya, I thought I'd never see you again. Oh, thank goodness.
I got so used to the green text being him.
Yeah.
This trial appears to have come to its conclusion. However, I am sort of... I don't quite know what just happened there with the client and the witness and... Miss Von Karma, where did that... She always has you in her sights. Now, I do believe it's time to finally hand down a verdict.
Mr. On Guard, it looks like somehow you got what you wanted. You will finally receive the acquittal you wanted so badly. You should be happy.
But before that, I would like to make one final statement. Sometime in the near future, one very betrayed assassin may appear before you. Needless to say, that man is very good at what he does. I'm sure you would understand what I mean if you watch this video. Help me! Now then, Your Honor, the verdict, if you please.
Let's hit the show on the road now.
Is that alright with you, Mr. Wright?
We finally reached the end of a very long battle. Whether he's convicted or acquitted, there's no escape for him now. Go on, Phoenix. Plead whichever way your heart tells you. Right, Chief. He's guilty, because then Adrian Andrews doesn't have to get... Matt on guard. Even though I'm a lawyer, I cannot make your crime disappear. I think a guilty verdict is appropriate here.
Me? A wonderful self? Guilty?
Even if you got an acquittal, the instant you set foot outside the detention center, your life would be in danger. No matter which way you look at it. You can't run away from your crime anymore.
No, guilty.
Oh. I see how you got that scar.
As always, it looks like we have uncovered the real truth.
We? I don't remember you helping out much in this.
And Mr. Edgeworth, how is Matt on guard?
Looks like he's been attacked by a cat, but otherwise fine, Your Honor.
I have left Miss Von Karma in charge of his incarceration. I'm sure he's getting a full course meal of whip leather right about now. Very good. That was a close one, wasn't it, witness?
Yes. I plan to pay my debt to society for my own crime, Your Honor.
The first time I was called to the witness stand during this trial, all I felt was despair. She must be talking about the time Edgeworth really went after her. I guess she's trying to forgive him for what he did.
This witness, how should I put this? She has an illness. If you're going to say you would choose death, that is no concern to me.
Because I've already done it myself.
Everyone needs to try it at least once.
But after that, when I was alone at the detention center, that's the first time I really saw myself for who I am. And today, when the two of you used your combined strength to convict Matt, I felt like I'd finally been saved.
Wow. This is the first time I've ever seen her smile.
I'm really happy that you two were in charge of this case. I really don't know how to express how I feel at this moment. This is the first time I've felt comfortable with myself, with who I am. Thank you so much, everyone.
She's scared.
What?
She's scared.
She's scared. It's magic. A miracle.
Looks like we've resolved everything at last. As for myself, there's still a few things I'm confused about. But everyone seems to be in good spirits. That is good enough for me, because I want to go home. That's all. Court's adjourned.
March 23rd, 5:14 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. You were great out there, Phoenix.
What I did out there was right, wasn't it?
This is the first time you've not gotten your client off. You got them a guilty verdict this time. But you have to look past all that to what's really important. You now realize that there is something more than just getting a not guilty, right?
Yes, I understand now.
Phoenix, think back for a second. Think to the moments before Miss Von Karma arrived with the final pieces of evidence. Think about the incredible decision you had to make.
Now then, Mr. Wright. Let's hear the defense's final statements on this matter.
I can't count on the evidence to help me anymore. I have to listen to my heart. Should I say with justice? Or should I save Maya's life? My client, Matt on guard, is
he guilty? Or is he not guilty? Those were your choices then. And your answer. Your answer spoke to what being a lawyer means to you.
Damn. Right.
Edgeworth.
I've good news. Good news, everyone. Maya is now safe in police custody.
Oh, beautiful.
Really? Pearls, you're telling us the truth, right, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, she's quite safe. She's on her way here as we speak in a patrol car.
Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya's safe! You did it! You really did it, Mr. Nick!
Ouch! She punches deceptively hard for a kid.
A lot of that peeked out.
I'm sure. I figured as much. I was like, I'm committing to it though. I'm following my heart, Soph.
As long as the stream catches it.
We'll see.
I believed in you. I kept saying to myself, Mr. Nick will save her. Mr. Nick will save her.
Thanks.
Oh,
What's wrong?
Miss Von Karma.
About earlier. Thanks.
Ow!
Why are you still smiling, Mr. Finks Wright? You lost! Your perfect win record has now been crushed! And yet, you're still happy? I don't think you'll ever understand, Miss Von Karma. How dare you?
Don't worry. She may in time. After all, I was like that myself until a year ago.
Edgeworth.
For my own personal victories and for guilty verdicts. I used every dirty trick in the book, and so my win record remained spotless. But a man appeared and stood fast against that selfish me. I fought him in my usual manner and tasted my first defeat. I felt like I had lost everything because of that. And then I killed the man. It was my turn to sit in the defendant's chair. And I was saved by that person I called my enemy. I couldn't forgive myself for all that had happened, so I left the prosecutor's office. And I left that note. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death.
As well you should have. A prosecutor who has shamed himself at defeat should crawl into a hole and die.
But that is not what happened. After I left the prosecutor's office, I finally came to realize something. And it was in that moment of clarity that everything began to change.
What foolish nonsense.
We prosecutors use anything we can to protect the defendant. But every time we did so, no matter how desperate the situation, instead of giving up like most people, that man would hold strong with his undying faith. And then, before I knew it, I began to trust that man as well.
What? You trusted your enemy?
It doesn't matter how many underhanded tricks a person uses. The truth will always find a way to make itself known. The only thing we can do is to fight with the knowledge we hold and everything we have. Erasing the paradoxes one by one. And then creating them again because there's the weird guy on the walkie-talkie that's going to kill your friend.
Yep.
It's never easy. A claw and scratch for every inch. But we'll always eventually reach that one single truth. This I promise you.
The truth.
Yes. That's the reason why prosecutors and defense attorneys exist. But I'm sure you knew that already, didn't you, Wright?
Yeah! From the very beginning.
Totally. That's why you couldn't forgive me. This man who went into hiding. Isn't that right? This man who only had his sights set on victory, who ran away into the night.
Is Mr. Edgeworth right, Mr. Nick?
Totally.
You really let me down. When you disappeared, I felt betrayed. The reason I decided to become a lawyer to begin with was because I believed in the things you said to me. All those years ago. And you betrayed your own words. That's why, 1 year ago, I made up my mind. I decided that the Miles Edgeworth I knew had died. At least, that's what I told myself. You pathetic fool! Miss Von Karma! I don't want to hear the wretched whimpering of a disgraced loser. A Von Karma is someone who is destined to be perfect. Miles Edgeworth, you are no longer worthy. You are no longer worthy of being a Von Karma! neither am I. It's over. It's all over. Francisca threw something on the ground just now.
This is an electromagnetic receiver.
Isn't that the thing she used to track Detective Gumshoe?
I'll return this to the precinct later. There's something else.
Isn't that Miss Van Karma's whip?
I'll never set foot in another courtroom again. I'm sure that's what she's saying by this action. She's also going on a pilgrimage. You should keep this, right?
For what?
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Alright then, I will... Nick! Maya! Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya! It's a family reunion!
Hooray!
Hooray! Oh, Nick! I knew you would come through! You got on guard convicted like I knew you would! And on top of that, you even rescued me! Oh, of course I did! You know I would never desert you! We were sure pressed our luck this trial. You're really lucky to be standing here. Whatever, whatever. Look, it's over, okay? Besides, if I did croak, I would just come back and haunt you like a bad ghost through Pearly.
That poor girl.
Is it really that easy to do something like that? Thanks a lot, Nick. Don't mention it.
Maya.
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth.
I'm relieved you're alright.
Hey, it looks like you've made some real progress, Mr. Edgeworth.
Well, I suppose I'm a little different from who I was a year ago.
I
I thought that was you for a second.
The growling?
Yeah. I was like, you ate? You're fine.
I haven't finished eating. I did have something, though. Alright, I think it's time we get out of this depressing place. Huh? Where are we going? Food, Nick! Food! Grub! Chow! I'm starved!
I've been kidnapped for 3 fucking days.
I know, I'm starving, Nick! I already eat a lot on a daily basis, but whenever I've been deprived food, Nick! I'm so hungry, even you look like a nice juicy burger on a bun to me, Nick. You think I look...
Snack?
Just call him a meal.
Damn.
Damn! You think I look like a burger? I'm a prime rib, at least. Come with us, Mr. Edgeworth. Please.
If you insist. It's alright, Phoenix is bang.
Alright, so how about we hit up our usual burger joint? Don't be silly, Nick. Huh? This case messed up that awesome evening and got in the way of my gourmet food. So I've decided that we have to make it up by having another feast. Another feast? Come on, Nick. Food!
You didn't like having money, did you?
March 23rd, 7:38 p.m. Gatewater Hotel, hotel lobby.
I saw him at a glance at first and thought he had white hair now. I'm like, hold on.
Man, that crash really stressed him out.
Hey, pal. Sorry to keep you guys waiting.
Gumshoe, are you alright?
No. Yeah, but I'm really embarrassed. I didn't think I would hit a telephone pole of all things.
A telephone pole? Then it wasn't a red light that got him? You did it again, city boy. I felt like my dear old heart was gonna give on me. I ain't joking.
Yeah. is more exciting than the very last episode of The Steel Samurai.
Thanks. Now, looky here, Mr. Snooty Prosecutor. Don't you reckon you bully Mr. Wright too hard? If you don't start being a lot nicer to him, he might just kick it. Tonight, even!
I'll keep that in mind.
Oh, come on now. Everyone gather around. Y'all gonna get your picture taken by a genuine professional photographer. Looks like Lotta bought herself a new camera.
Oh, pal. At least we can put this messy case behind us now. Come on. Tonight's all about eating. Let's go chow down, pal.
Hopefully this is on willpowers. Amen to that, pal. Amen.
Pal. You know, when you think about it, you were the one who saved the day, Detective. Huh? Me? You really think so? He's right. If it wasn't for the 3 items you took, I think this trial would have had a very different ending. Except for that pistol, that had really nothing to do with anything. Ah, well, you know, it's...
It's not Christmas time, Gumshoe. It's okay. It's not Christmas time.
Huh? Wait. That's odd. When I ran off the things from the killer's hideout, I was sure I took 4 things in total, sir.
What? 4?
Yeah. I'm sure I put one of the items in my coat pocket.
There was a 4th item. Oh, come on, y'all. It's over. Well, boy, I tell you, you really are something else. Between getting accused of murder and getting kidnapped, never a dull moment with you, huh? You think? Why does she look so happy about that? Maya's like, I'm exciting. What an exciting fulfilling.
Does she get accused of murder in Trials and Tribulations too?
Yeah, it was the one in Korean Village, the channeling one.
No, isn't Trials and Tribulations the 3rd game?
Oh, sorry, Trials and... I'm not sure. I haven't finished Trials and Tribulations, and I can only remember a couple of the cases from that one. I can't remember how far I got into that one, so I don't know.
But being shut away for 2 whole days. Aren't you scared?
Yeah, it was really scary. I felt so hopeless.
So to keep my mind off of things, I drew a picture.
Sounds like you had a rough gal. So where's this picture of yours?
Yeah, I want to see it. I want to see Mystic Maya's picture.
You know, I don't know where it went.
That's too bad.
Is it in the coat pocket?
Is it in the coat pocket, or is it going to be on the back of some of the evidence that we have on hand? Well, it's alright. It wasn't anything important anyway.
I drew it on this gun I found.
Yeah. Sure is nice to finally see them both smiling again.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? What is it, Edgeworth?
This thing is picking something up. Ah, that's Miss Von Karma's receiver. Thanks to her, I had the most awful experience of my life, sir. I can't believe she stuck a tracking device on me. That's odd. You know you're standing right here. Tracking device seems to be in a different location. Oh. Probably busted or something, sir. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm afraid it's about time for me to excuse myself.
It seems like it's time to go home all alone and leave the socialization to you guys' time now. It's that time of the night.
I still have some work to do.
Huh?
Mr. Edgeworth, you haven't even eaten anything yet. And you've eaten way too much, you glutton.
I had fun tonight. Now if you'll excuse me.
Wait.
What?
I just want to say... Thanks, Sedgeworth. You really saved me out there.
If anyone should be saying thanks, it should be me, right?
I feel like words alone aren't enough here.
They have to kiss.
I was just about to say that. I wonder
My
if
friend's back.
I wonder if there's anything I can give him to express how I feel. Oh no.
It's the guitar case!
It's the whip!
Yeah, maybe.
Oh gosh. I want to look at this up. I want a good interaction. Oh no!
Oh no?
During the final stages of the game, you'll get one more piece of evidence. When given the chance, present it!
What's this?
Thank you. It's all thanks to you two. You and her.
You don't need to thank me. I was only doing my job.
It looks like Mr. Edgeworth has left, Mr. Nick. Hey, Mystic Maya.
Yes, Pearly?
I guess you two can go back to being lovey-dovey, right? You and Mr. Nick, I mean.
But Pearly!
Would you cut it out already? You're embarrassing me.
Anyway. So, who's paying for this lovely dinner party?
You are. You are, Will.
As if you need to ask. Everyone say thank you to Nick.
Huh?
Ah, yeah. I'm kinda at the point where I can't even buy instant noodles, pal. So I kinda already put your name on the bill.
Huh? Huh? Yeah, I got me a situation just like that myself. There's this camera shop in this hotel, you see. I just bought myself this good old beauty here. I'd bet it'd be all. I'd bet it better be anyhow for $3,000. Huh? Huh? Huh?
Tomate.
Echotto Mateo! Actually, I reckon you bought it for me since it's on your tab and all. Ah!
Isn't it great, Mr. Nick?
Yeah, Nick. Why do I suddenly feel like screaming? Oh, you don't need to hold back now, you hear?
Yeah, pal. Then let it all out.
I hate you all!
This is going to be the first time I hear the real you.
Go on. It's been a while since I heard you say it. I've been busy being a hostage after all. All right then. You say so.
Ho, ho, ho.
Credits roll. You really came through for me, Nick. Whoa. Oh, okay, that was you. I was like, whoa, where does that objection come from? This is all auto. I have no clue what she's saying. You just see that. Yep, pretty cool. I feel like a pro. I thought for some reason, stream was sword. I could hear my stream and it was delayed.
I'm so happy that you could say Mystic Maya, Mr. Nick. I'm so happy for the two of you. Speaking of which, I think this hotel is a popular place for honeymoons, so I sort of made reservations for the two, just in case.
How thoughtful.
How thoughtful. Thanks, Pearl.
Oh, pal. Looks like I'm back on the force again. Mr. Edgeworth had a long talk with the chief, and he got me reinstated for my sake. I heard he said things like, letting that one go is bad for all of society. I knew it. Crashing headlong and everything is the only way to live, pal. Yeah!
Maggie Bird. I'm retiring this uniform as of today, sir. I'm going to be a waitress from now on. And bring smiles and joy to the people who come by the restaurant, sir. I hope you'll stop by sometime, Mr. Wright.
Oh, he'll be there soon enough, Maggie.
I honestly forgot about her.
I think she's pretty cute. I like her as a character.
It's been a minute.
It has been. It was the first one. It was the trial. Not the trial. The like tutorial trial. Yes. Are you here to visit a patient? I'm Director Hottie. Oh, recently. Yes, that girl. You know, I haven't seen her around. Yes, but I remember if I ever laid so much as an eye on her, I would go crack. It didn't matter if I got whipped though. Yes.
This might actually time out right with the ad break.
It could, yeah.
It's time to begin our quest of world circus domination, sweetie. And to let the world know we are serious, I plan to make a fabulous flight to Zimbabwe.
Hey, Max. Do you think Zimbabwe is like... Do you think there are castles made of cake and bunnies who can talk?
I think if there are any talking bunnies, even they won't laugh at Mo's jokes. Speaking of, I'm ready. There's no way these jokes are gonna fall on deaf ears. I'm gonna be more contemporary with my humor. Mo girls represent.
We've got our new act all worked out. Prepare for the Hallelujah chorus. Say something, will you? You're supposed to start this off. Get on with it.
Ow. Chulo, please. Ow.
Oh, you hit yourself.
Yeah.
What's this? Drat, is that an ordinary electric razor charging sound? Can't believe it. Really, how long do they plan to make me do this? It's Itchy Poo's idea, so that means I must have a deep hidden meaning. But, why do I get the feeling they wouldn't forget about me, would they?
No.
I was never like this in the old days. Everyone thought the world of me. They used to call me Queen Wendy, and then she made and it's gonna rattle on, and I can't keep up with that. And I thought I wouldn't see her again.
I appreciate everything you and Mr. Edgeworth did for me, from the bottom of my heart.
Oh, that's right. I received a letter from Miss Von Karma. She said that after I get out, I should feel free to consult her about anything at all. I'm really thankful to have met everyone.
Miss Von Karma gave you bad advice, though. It has become difficult for me in this country as of late. As such, I will take a short leave of absence. If you'd like to request my services, please be sure to visit my homepage. May we both be blessed with longevity. Alright then.
Toodaloo.
I feel like we'll see him again at some point.
Maybe. I can't quite remember if I've seen him again.
Even if it's not the next game, I feel like the killers are going to come up again.
March 23rd, 9:42 p.m. International departures, gate 12.
Where are you going, Francisca?
How did you know I was here?
With this,
That's...
heard you're planting things on a certain person. Things like tracking devices and a scout, for example.
That's just like you. I only planted it there because he was always wearing it. This filthy drab coat of his. I don't know how it ended up in my luggage. But it's going to the trash, I promise you that.
Oh, that's right. Speaking of that man, he told me something very interesting. I ran all of the things from the killer's hideout. I was sure I took 4 things in total, sir.
4 things.
It seems he put the last one in his coat pocket.
He put it in here.
It doesn't matter anymore. The case is already over.
Ma'am? What are you going to do now?
That's none of your business.
Are you running away?
Shut up. You don't understand a thing. You can't possibly understand what it means to be Manfred von Karma's daughter.
Franziska.
So many expectations from everyone around me. Expectations I must fulfill. I'm expected to win no matter what. And failure? Such a thing is not an option for me. My father was a genius. There's no doubt about that. But me? I'm no genius. I've always known that. But I had to be one. I had to.
You may not be a genius like your father, but you are a prosecutor. You have been and always will be.
You will never be able to change your profession.
Also, your dad wasn't really a genius, he was just sort of a filthy liar.
No, I'm not. Not anymore. I've even thrown my whip away.
Speaking of that, Wright gave me this to hold on to.
Don't tell me about your personal affairs.
Right. You knew something like this would happen, didn't you? I'm going to say this again. We prosecutors do not fight for personal honor or pride. I hope you will think deeply about what you should be striking down with that whip.
You haven't changed a bit. You've always left me alone and walked ahead without me. Miles Edgeworth, I've always hated you. And then, finally my chance to take revenge on you arrived. If I could win against that man, if I could make Phoenix Wright bow down in defeat, then this girl you've left behind would have risen higher than you. That was supposed to be my revenge.
I see.
You know, I can't do it. I can't change who I am. I can't throw away everything I've been until today.
Sure you can. I believe you can. Just like how Adrian Andrews did.
Adrian Andrews.
You're going to use her during the trial, right? But you're dependent on your father by using his tactics. Isn't that right? Today, you chased after me, after I had left you behind all these years. And that's why we're standing here now, side by side. But I have no intention of stopping. If you say you're going to quit your walk down the prosecutor's path, then this is where we part ways, Franziska von Karma. What baby?
I am Franziska von Karma. I think I'm going to walk in your shadow forever. Our battle begins now. So you'd better prepare yourself, Miles Edgeworth.
We're like Miles Foolworth, Edge Fool,
What?
Foolish Fool.
Fool, fool.
I don't know who's saying this.
The plane.
It's the plane! This last piece of evidence that never made it to you. I'll take good care of this force piece. So I can give it to you. When at last we meet again.
What the fuck?
Oh,
Oh, that's the picture.
Mm-hmm. Achievement!
So I was right. I was right that the picture ended up in his coat.
Yeah.
I just didn't know it was on that card.
Yeah. Technically. Well, not our piece of evidence. It was a piece of evidence. It ended up being on a piece of evidence that we knew kinda of. We finished the second game! After 3 additional hours. That was much longer than I thought it was going to be after that to be continued. I thought it'd be about an hour and a half too.
Well, the prologue, or the epilogue takes a while, so...
True, that is true. But I think we finished the game, well, I guess like the trial bit maybe 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
So, it still has been a little bit. It was a fulfilling stream. I'd say 3 hours is a good point.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Now we can move on to Trials and Tribulations. I'm trying to remember... I can remember 2 cases from that one. I'm not sure if I did any... was there 3? Maybe 3. I think I might have done 3. But, or at least partially.
Game?
Oh, I don't remember. I remember there was a Phantom Thief one. There was a cafe one. And then I'm not sure if I finished it or if it might have been the one I got stuck on. But there was one where we go back into the past, I believe. Hello, Alan. Oh man, Alan, you've come at a terrible time. You've come at a terrible time. I'm so sorry. We just finished the second game and we're kind of wrapping it up a little bit. Wouldn't the gender neutral name for Sugar Daddy be Glucose Guardian? I don't know. I suppose so. Yeah, I can't remember how far I got into it because this was a long time ago that I played Trials and Tribulations. I haven't touched this, and this Trials and Tribulations I have not touched for probably over a decade, about a decade or so. Yeah, I'm not sure how many I got into them. Let's see. It's a new game. This is for all. Is it gonna keep me into it? Okay, we can only see the first one. Oh, okay, this was the first one. Okay. Yeah, I remember this one. So maybe this was the past one. And then I remembered a cafe one, and then I remembered a Phantom Teeth one.
Phantom Thief? That's Persona.
Before Persona. I can't remember if he calls himself a Phantom Thief, though. But he definitely has, like, that, what's the word? The theatrics of, like, Arsène Lupin.
Yeah.
He definitely has those theatrics, and it's in regards to, like, stealing a museum piece or something. He has a calling card and stuff.
I think he's typically referred to as the Gentleman Thief.
There we go. Maybe that's what it is. The Gentleman Thief. But I can't remember this other one, but the character who is the thief is very theatric, sends a calling card, you know, makes his stake, and is like, I'm going to steal that, and then does. And everyone's like, oh my gosh, we gotta talk about him in the papers! This man, whose name I can't remember, because it's been a long time!
But it's probably a pun.
I'm sure it probably is a pun, yeah. Okay, should probably wind it down. Let's see. People might be on at this hour.
And it's Friday. So.
And it is Friday. Let me go make sure that we're not gonna raid into a stream that's gonna end. Okay, cool. It does not look like he's ending. So, we will go raid Ultimo. Since he is awake and streaming now. I'm not exactly sure what he's playing.
Overwatch.
Overwatch? Okay, I was like, maybe Overwatch? Because he has not changed his stream, what's the word, title, I guess? Or just like the category. But yeah, we're gonna go raid Ultimo, who seems to be playing Overwatch. So, I don't have a raid message. Maybe I should work on that. One day, maybe. One day. But yeah, so to wrap it up here for tonight, thank you for joining and watching, everyone. And thank you, Soph, for joining and voice acting and going through the story with me as we do.
Yeah.
2 games down!
Hooray.
2 to go! Yeah, words. Words, how do I end my stream? Today is Friday, so next time I'll be streaming, I'll be doing Honkai Star Rail tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. So if you want to come hang out and do Star Rail with me, I will be here tomorrow. Schedule is on Twitter, or X, whatever it's called now. I'm still gonna call it Twitter. But you can find my Twitter linked in the panels below if you want to go follow me there. I have my schedule posted for the week. I post when I'm going live and random little bits here and there in between. It's the best place to keep up with me, to be honest, especially if I'm running late and stuff. Or if we do a random stream. Who knows? Random streams can happen on occasion whenever I'm not exhausted, which is never. But maybe one day it will happen. But other than that, that's probably it. So we'll go raid Ultima now, and I will see you guys next time. So until then, bye-bye!
Bye.